So you're live on US based TV. We're at the strong room of the EC where the Electoral Commission is collating all the results of the election. So in just about 2 minutes, the polls are going to end and the EC would declare the results of the 2021 SRC general elections. So I'm here with some of my colleagues, Setsinam and Christiana, who are going to help me with the discussion. So both of you have been outside the strong room and you've seen people gather. So what are people saying outside? Like what is their anticipation, all the charisma outside?
Most of them are really agitated. They are really waiting to hear what the EC would bring on board, and so we all look up to them.
Alright, so I'll say that most of the students, some are very hopeful that their candidates would win this election, and some are also worried, not knowing how the outcome of this election is going to be like. But fingers crossed, we wish all of them the best.
Yes. So that is generally the atmosphere outside. So it has been an online election, but then people are still outside to waiting. People are outside. So it's just about 1 minute to 8 o'clock when the polls will end, and then the EC can declare the result. So we're just going to switch the camera in a moment where you can see the EC coming to declare the results of the election. So it's still 7:59 p.m. GMT and voting is ongoing. So at 8 p.m. voting would end. All right, so that is the scene that you are seeing live as the Electoral Commissioner is about to declare the results of the election. So in as much as you can see us, we'll still be talking in the background and then getting analysis and so far. So far, what do you make of the whole election process so far? You know, this election has really delayed and has spanned through a long period of time. So what is your anticipation?
Well, from the beginning, I was very optimistic. I was waiting patiently to see what would come on board and all that. But at a point, I was getting disappointed because I saw most students were not being enthusiastic about the whole election. But now, as it stands, I've seen a lot of things are changing, and so we hope for the best. Yeah.
All right, so it's 8 p.m. now, GMT, and then voting has officially ended. The voting was supposed to end at 5 p.m., but then due to the fact that the link was not out in time, so it has been extended from 10 to 8 p.m. So it's 8 p.m. and then voting has officially ended. So from now, if you go to the link, you'll not be able to vote. So the Electoral Commission is still collating the results of the election. Just some few minutes, they will declare it. So right now, there is tension building up outside the strong room. So what's your reaction so far like?
People are really, really, really anxious and agitated. Some are also very angry that the link was not out in time. So, well, let's see how it ends. So much agitation. It's 8 now, and the results will be shown very soon. The results will be shown very soon, and voting is currently over. No one can vote at the moment as voting has ended. So the results will be declared very soon, and each candidate will know their stance. There was 5 candidates, and there will be only one winner. So let's wait and see who wins the overall win.
So tension is being building. So I'm being joined on air by the Chief Justice of the SRC, who has an important information to give to us. So I'm going to hand over the mic to him where he can deliver the information. So let's all listen in. Thank you for joining us. Please, you are live on US-based TV, so please deliver your announcement.
Okay. So good evening to us all, most especially the very good students of University of Health and Allied Science. I believe for now tensions are high up. People are anticipating, the declaration of the 2021 SRC election. but we are here on behalf of the Judiciary Committee of the SRC. My name once again is Yabwa Osekwami Isaac. I'm the Chief Justice for the Judiciary Committee. I'm here with the Judiciary Committee Secretary, Justice Ajuamafo. We are here this evening to make known to the entire student populace of UHATS of a petition or a suit the office of the the Chief Justice, received this afternoon. And in summary, an aggrieved student is suing the SRC Electoral Commissioner, and because of that, we start to announce that there has been an injunction on the declaration of the SRC presidential results only. So we are entreating the EC not to declare the results for the SRC presidential portfolio only. And this comes as an order from the Superior Court of Judicature of the SRC. The EC shouldn't go ahead and declare the results for the SRC presidential portfolio. However, the other results can be displayed. There's going to be a court hearing most likely tomorrow or Sunday to see the merit of the case, after which the court would bring a verdict. Then we know the way forward. So I'm here basically this evening to let the entire student populace of University of Health and Allied Science know that the 2021 SRC/local NUCS election is going to be declared. However, that of the SRC presidential portfolio wouldn't be declared because someone sought an injunction and the Court of Justice deemed it fit to look into the merit of the case. So basically, I'm here to let you know that the results for the presidential position wouldn't be declared this evening. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, thank you very much. So that was the Chief Justice of the Electoral Commission. That was the Chief Justice of the SRC. We just brought in some breaking news saying that they have placed an injunction on the declaration of the presidential results for this 2021 SRC election. So the other portfolios will be announced, but then the presidential ones will not be announced. What have you made of this? Well, what do you make of this?
Well, I think that's the best decision they've come up with, and that will help everyone. Yes, since we are all looking for a peaceful election, yes, I think that is the best decision they've taken so far. What do you also think?
Well, it's quite a surprise because we were all anticipating that the whole results would be released this evening. But now this new development is quite overwhelming. Like, I wasn't expecting it, and I'm sure most of the students weren't expecting this. Well, since this is from the Chief Justice, we just have to accept it and go forward with the rest of the results. Yes.
So there is it. We have the breaking news coming into us here at US-based TV that the Chief Justice or the Court of Justice of the SRC has placed an injunction on the declaration of the presidential results of the 2021 SRC elections. According to the Office of the Chief Justice, he says that the Court of Justice received a petition from an aggrieved student and they deem it fit to place an injunction on it. So in a few moments, the EC will declare the results of the other portfolios. However, that of the presidential will not be released. In his statement, the Chief Justice also said that there may be a court hearing tomorrow, Saturday or Sunday, where this matter will be discussed. So in as much as many people are here, they may not get to see the results that they want, as so many things have changed. You know, many people came here anticipating to see the winner of the election, and injunction has been placed. What do you think they'll be feeling right now?
Well, I think that they'll be disappointed in a way because everybody was so agitated. A while ago when I went outside, I saw that people were really, really waiting patiently. And some too were very angry, and some too, they were saying a lot of things actually. And so it's going to be a disappointment to a lot of people, yes.
Yeah, I believe that most of the students will feel down because they weren't expecting this, as I also wasn't expecting it. So I believe that This is an unexpected news to everyone. Well, I'm sure they would be feeling bad about this because most were hopeful and happy, hoping that their candidates would take the win. But looking at what is going on, well, we just have to go with that.
So we are looking forward to what the EC is going to declare right now, the other portfolios, and so stay tuned.
Okay, so reminding you again of the breaking news that the Chief Justice of the SRC and the entire Court of Justice has placed an injunction on the declaration of the 2021 SRC presidential results. However, the other results will be declared in a few moments. So stay with us on US-based TV for all the updates, whilst we'll keep you live updates of the declaration of the results. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Good evening to everyone. On this regard, I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who made this a success, from the IT developers who brought us the software interface, from the polling agents, and also a big thank you to the security head of security and then the security members who also joined our exercise. On this notice, I'll be making declaration on portfolios with the exception of the federal SRC president, on the basis of the injunctions we've been served from the respective Chief Justice Office. In declaring the whole thing, I'll start with the total whole register, which is the voters. We have 4,090. We have from the Hohoi register, we have 1,699. We have total register being 5,789. So as you can see from the board, we have, with the starting of the whole, we have 000. Initially starting, from the zeroing, we have 0 from Hohoi, and then the total vote means 0. Definitely the percentage referral will be 0 in percentage. Okay, so let's see what's the turnout were after the voter count. So from whole total number of votes, we had 2,466 out of the 1,490 register. Hohoi, we had 942 out of the 1,699. That means total vote casted was 3,408. In percentage, we have 58.87%. Okay, so starting with the federal secretary or secretarial position, we had Akabwa Patrick Kofi getting a total vote of 1,876. And then William Kwame Wetz. Okay, all right, so I can see percentage now. So starting from the federal secretary position, we have Akabwa Patrick Kofi with a total vote of 1,876 precise, with a percentage turnout in an equivalence which is 55.08%. William Kwame Wetz contesting the same position with a total of 1,530,530, also with an equivalent percentage being 44.92%. With the federal Ukom position, we have Anna Icha Siao and Asigbe Janet contesting, and with the turnout we have 2,092 for Anna Icha Siao, with an equivalent in percentage being 61.42%, and with Asigbe Janet recorded 1,314 and an equivalence of 38.58 in percent. Okay, for the federal treasurer, we have Oli Gertrude Banini contesting, and she had a total of 3,220 with a percentage of 94.54%, and those who went without her favor being 186, and in percentage-wise being 5%. Okay, so moving on, we have for the whole local nukes president, starting with Fadil Mohammed, had 1,625, percentage equivalence 65.95%. Adi Enoch, 839, and with an equivalence of 34.05%. With the whole provincial president, only Adom Kwame Jr. contested, and with an account of 2,251 with a percentage of 91.36%. And those who went outside his favor was 213, which is 8.6 in percentage. With the whole provincial WUCOM, we have Apreku Vivian, who had a total of 2,260 in percentage being 91.72%. 204 went outside a favor with a percentage equivalence of 8.28%. Whole local nukes treasurer, Sylvester Ajimaindua, only contested with a total turnout of 2,277, percentage equivalence 92.41%. 7.5% went outside his favor, which is equivalent to 187 in figure. We have whole provincial treasurer, Sadari Peter, who contested also alone, had 2,257, percentage-wise 91.6%. With those who went outside his favor was 207, and a percentage equivalence of 8.4%. Victoria Apo Akosia contested for whole local nukes secretary. Total turnout of 2,336 and a percentage of 94.81 equivalence. And those who went outside her favor was 128 and a percentage equivalence of 5.19%. Thank you very much. And this is the final declaration, which is basically for provincial result. So we have a provincial declaration. We will come back and then we will have you guys being fed with the final declaration itself. Thank you very much. Hohoi. Yes, okay. Sorry. So with the Hohoi provincial president, we have Sam Joseph, which is 482. And percentage-wise, we have 51.17%. Kwafo upon Frank, who is also contesting him, had 460 and a percentage equivalence of 48.83%. For Hohoi local nukes president, two contestants, we have Amwabin Enam Edmond and Ahazi Chum George. The total turnout was 498, an equivalence of 52.87%, and with Ahaji Chum George had 444 and a percentage of 47.13. Hohoi Provincial Secretary, Oli Stephen Daminotti contested, who had 880 in equivalence of 93.42%. And those outside his favor was 62, which is equivalent to 6.58%. So going on, we have Hohoi Local Nuke Secretary, which was only contested individually by Christabel Na Tego, of a total turnout of 894 in percentage-wise 94.9%, and with those outside the favor was 48, and in percentage was 5.1%. Hohoi Provincial WUCOM, Bello Aisha only contested, and she had 918 in total, and a percentage-wise, she had 97.45, with those outside the favor being 24, which is equivalent to 2.55%. Thank you very much. So these are the provincial results, and we will go into it to provide the final result. Thank you. As said earlier, the injunction have been received dimly by our office, so it means that with the candidates who went for, or the results which went in favor of the federal SRC president portfolios have been withheld till the injunction is raised. Thank you.
All right, so that was the EC chair reading the results to us. So we as US-based TV will now deliberate on the results and give you the happenings from social media and all what is going on campus. Do stay tuned.
All right, so that was the EC. That was the EC declaring the results of the 2021 SRC elections. However, that of the presidential candidates has not been declared. So, in some few moments or in some few days, I believe, probably tomorrow or Sunday, the SRC Court of Justices will hold a meeting, a court meeting where they'll decide on the verdict of the presidential election. So this is US-based TV. Where we'll bring you all the updates, and we'll be streaming the court hearing tomorrow or Sunday live on the channel. So this has been our coverage of the 2021 SRC general elections. Thank you so much for watching.
Hello, I'm Benedicta, reporting from the Medical Hostel Trafalgar, which houses mostly level 100 students. Today, I'll be talking to some of them about their experiences voting for the first time in UHAS and also some challenges they face whilst voting. I'm Beta, reporting from the Medical Host Delta Folga, which houses mostly level 100 students. Today, I'll be talking to some of them about their experiences voting for the first time in UHAS and also some challenges they face whilst voting.
We have our intro again. That everything that is okay. Yeah, you can. Yeah, won't you say? So only me that should talk. I don't even know. I wrote some questions here. I don't know if I can find it. All right. Hey, count down, and if you just go like, yeah, how will I know? Like, tell me when, like, timer, say, like, ready, go. Yeah, it's close. So. Do I even know? Well, basically, just random questions if you are live. So you're live on US-based TV. This is an aftermath of the discussion of the 2021 SRC general elections. We have some breaking news that is coming to us here in the last few minutes. The SRC Court of Justice has placed an injunction on the declaration of the results of the presidential candidates only. However, the Electoral Commission and the Electoral Commissioner have declared the results of the other candidates, but then the results they declared have been provisional and the final results will be declared later. So that of the presidential candidates were not disclosed because a petition has been presented to the SRC Court of Justices and they have deemed it fit that they should place an injunction on the declaration of the results. So I'm here with two of my colleagues, Setsinam and Christiana, who are going to see your reaction to the whole injunction process. I mean, we came here anticipating for a result to see a winner, and now everything has changed.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed because I was expecting that by the end of the day, a winner would have emerged from this election. But this new development is making me feel some way because I'm wondering, are we going to vote again for the federal, or they will still mention the results for today? Like right now, I don't even know. I don't know. I'm as confused as many of the students, and wow, it's serious.
Yeah, it is serious. So, Setsinam, what are also your first remarks?
Well, very much I was very much agitated and expectant to seeing who the winner would be, but as of now it has been postponed, and so we are all waiting. And I would say this whole election started months ago, preparations were done and everything seemed right, but now as it stands a lot is going on and the EC has a lot to tell us. And so I'm waiting patiently. Everybody is in suspense right now, and so I'm waiting to hear what the final result would be.
Yeah, so basically, that is the atmosphere right now. People are outside talking, others are giving comments because, I mean, they came here expecting to see a win of Team Sunny Days, Team Elijah, Team Aipe, Team Moro, and the last person, Team Sunny Days. So many people were expecting a winner from either of these candidates, and then an injunction has been placed. So we're going to go and tell you what the injunction was. So yesterday evening, an injunction was placed based on the fact that the vice presidential candidate for Team Sunny Days had resigned. So he was no longer contesting with Team Sunny Days. So then people are saying that if he has resigned, then why is Team Sunny Days qualifying for the election? Because per the constitution, or per what people are saying, the whole office of the president is one. And therefore, if the vice president of Team Sunny Days is no longer contesting, why should he be given the platform to contest? So that is what people are saying. What do you make of it?
I believe that with every election, like for a federal president, you should surely have a vice. So I believe that the injunction should have come earlier. If there was going to be any injunction, it should have come earlier to pause the whole electioneering process, so that when the actual result or all the results can be mentioned, then it's. But with this new, some people are sending comments in that why is the results being withheld after voting? The injunction should have come earlier. That's what some of the comments I'm receiving. So we'll be reading those comments as time progresses.
So yesterday evening around 11 p.m., I was just there with my roommates, and then things were breaking. Information was coming over. First, the news was the injunction. That's when you spoke about it in the group. And then later, the next thing was here that somebody has petitioned the office of the Chief Justice. So at that time, I thought that it was too late for the SRC Court of Justice to interfere. But however, they just declared in some few moments ago that they have placed an injunction on it. So everything is happening within a matter of time. Like everything is so fast. I mean, when people thought that, because he placed he petitioned the SRC Court of Justice late, an injunction will not be placed, but the injunction has been placed. So things are going up right now. You can hear the noise in the background that there is tension building up. So what do you think is the possible outcome of the election or the injunction?
Well, I feel if things don't turn out well, I feel there might be confusion or something, because everybody is in suspense now and waiting. We don't know what would happen, and I don't know if we are going to be asked to vote again. It's possible, or what do you also think?
Yeah, it's possible, because if the courts of justices find a problem with, then they may ask us to have a revote of, or if they disqualify one. It's not a certain issue, but they want to depend on the outcome. So we have a chief justice and then 2 deputy chief justices. So they are going to sit on this case. I don't know. He said it may be today or tomorrow. But then, if we are asked to revote, do you think people will want to revote again?
I don't think so, because even with this voting that I would say people had interest in, just a little bit above the how should I say it, half the total number of people who were eligible to voted. It was only 58.87, I think. Yes, voted. So the zeal to vote the second time, I believe, wouldn't be there. Yes, that's my
I think they will get. You also share the same view.
Yes, I think I side with her in the sense that most of the students here didn't participate, and most, even from the beginning, most of them were not enthusiastic about this whole voting thing. And so if they are being asked to vote again, I'm sure a lot is going to happen, and well, we look forward to the best.
Yeah, so basically that is what is happening here. There is tension on campus right now here at Trafalgar. Many people saw that it was an online election, so we didn't really think that people would be gathered here waiting for the EC to declare results. I mean, last year it was online, everything was online, so we just there and we had the result. But then this place is full, not necessarily full, but then there's quite a decent number of people that is over here. So this is that people, in as much as this election was low-key, people are actually interested in the results of the election and everything.
They are very much interested, especially in the federal president's results. Like, they are just here because they want to see. I'm sure they could have watched you as base TV to see, but they want to be here in person to actually see what is going on, to monitor the race and everything. And I believe the agitation is so high, even after the CJ placed an injunction on only the federal president's results. Yes.
So do you think people would come here, or people will pay attention to the court process and everything, or they're just going to forget about it, saying exams is coming? I mean, exams is in 2 weeks, and then now you're having an injunction on the SRC election, which means the whole process is going to be delayed. I mean, we are going to basically almost every school will be starting the exams on the 15th. And when I mean all schools,
Hello, I'm Benedicta, reporting from the Medical Hospital, which houses mostly level 100 students. Today, I'll be talking to some of them about their experiences voting for the first time in UHAS, and also some challenges they face while voting.
A student leader to be able to advocate for the needs of the students. And so if this thing is going to be delayed until further notice, and exams wahala is also coming and all that, then I feel that it's going to cause a lot of problem on the part of the students, because most of them won't even have that enthusiasm to even go for voting or anything like that. And so, well, we still...
Yeah. So what do you also think?
I think more interest would rather be drawn, because people would be wondering what is wrong this time around. Do you get it? What is wrong that only the federal president results cannot be declared? So I believe that most people's attention will be drawn. I'm sure people for our UHAS would also have interest in what is going on due to the new developments about injunctions and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically that's what is going. For those of you who are watching us via YouTube, you may notice that the live stream is lagging a bit. We apologize for that, but we are trying to resolve it so far. So we've got here on the YouTube channel where people are, let's read some of them to us so that we can hear what people are saying.
All right, so we'll be reading your comments from YouTube. Send your comments via WhatsApp on the numbers displayed on your screen. Also on Twitter with the hashtag #YouHasDecide. So I'll go ahead with those on YouTube. So the first person says every year Bia court. All right, we'll resolve that. And the next person is, on what basis was the injunction? So that's to the CJ. So on what basis was the injunction? And the next person says, best decision pa, hey lady. I don't know who he or she is referring to. All right, and the next person says, we are disappointed. Who are you disappointed in? Please come clear, the EC or who? So please make it clear. Is it the CJ or the